Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Tech Unlocked podcast, the podcast where we unlock the latest tech news, leaks, and rumors in the world of tech, in particular in the world of Apple. And we also dabble in the world of Android every now and then. I'm joined, as always, by my co host, Taylor from Mr. Smartwatch, and me. I am Benji from BenObi Tech. It's nice to meet you all. Welcome to another episode. This is take 2 of the intro. How are you doing, Taylor? How's your day been?
Awesome, man. Awesome. So yeah, I'm reviewing a $34 smartwatch here, and
So basically, what you're
man,
saying is life is depressing right now.
yes,
No,
yes.
kind of,
Listen,
kind
bro.
of.
Honestly, I have struggled so much this week. I honestly gotta say, like, for the most part, I really like the watch. I just love how it looks like a normal watch. And I don't know, the watch faces, I've talked to you behind the scenes about that. Dude, these watch faces are amazing. Um, but like there are some features that I don't know. Like right now, my thing says that I've done 2,475 steps. I don't think I've done all that much, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't count my steps every day. So,
One,
but for the
two,
most
three,
part,
4, 5, 6.
seriously though, man, seriously,
I
it's
yeah. Like I thought I was about to say I didn't even do 2,000 steps yesterday myself. Well, yesterday because it's 12 a.m. right now, so I went to yesterday because yeah. But today
gotcha,
I did like 4.5k, but yeah,
dude,
4,500.
okay,
Which isn't
wow,
honestly isn't that much because sometimes I do more, but yeah.
gotcha, yeah,
You
I
almost got there. If we were doing
almost.
if you could do like a cross-platform competition thing, you'd be winning.
Yeah. The one thing that I gotta tell you that I miss from the Apple Watch is the fact that you can respond to notifications and phone calls on the Apple Watch. With this, you can
Yeah,
just see who's calling, who's texting, and nothing else. And it's
yeah.
annoying sometimes.
I
It's
think yeah,
annoying.
I think that's because of iOS. I think because like I had an Android smartwatch a couple years ago, and I still have it, but I haven't been using it recently because I've got my Apple Watch. I mean, why would I want to use an Android smartwatch nowadays? Um,
Yeah,
and like if you're
don't fall
connecting
in the
it to
trap.
an Android phone, if you connect it to an Android phone, then it will receive notifications and stuff because they like Android is more open source or whatever. Like, I mean, hackers get into the software all the time, but that's besides the point.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's because of privacy reasons. Apple was like, no, 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 you don't have access to notification. You can only see the notifications. You can't do anything more than that.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of thing. So yeah,
So, but I mean, for the most part, like I said, it's a really cool thing. I think, like I said, it's like a normal watch and it's fancy. So, like when I go out to certain events, I'll be taking it. Um, but yeah, the review is gonna be very fun. I mean, I've had to retake some clips like 15,000 times, but whatever. But stay tuned to the channel. I'm not really sure when it's going to be out. I'm aiming for the 1st of May, maybe sooner, maybe later. I don't know. Just depends on how much more testing I want to do. I do got to say, though, I kind of feel like some of the features, like one day it's not working and then the next day it starts working. Like yesterday I set it up for the water reminders and it never once told me to drink water. Today it starts working and I'm just like, what?
That's interesting.
So I don't know. I feel like this is like way off when it comes to that kind of thing. But like I said, if you're just looking for something for notifications, and seeing who's calling, who's texting you, cool. Other than that, then you have to go out and spend your money because honestly, these not worth it in that aspect. But
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like how much money do you have at your disposal to get a smartwatch, and then take it
right,
from there. Because I mean, you could like for that price, you could probably get like a used Apple Watch Series 0 and in like a terrible condition. But it's like, at least from what I've heard, it's really slow nowadays. Like the software
yeah,
is barely supported, and it's like, yeah, it's not great. Um,
yeah, no,
so I mean,
I would never.
if you only have like $40 to spend on a watch, you might as well get something like that.
Exactly.
Unless you want to save up a little bit, maybe with like around 100, you can get a decent deal on like a Series 3 or Series 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
supported.
I will I will say there's a lot more there's a couple more features that are really better than the Apple Watch in my opinion, but I don't want to say too much because I want to leave it for my review, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun,
Yeah,
honestly.
I
And
cannot wait.
I've already and to be honest with you, I'm already looking at some other watches that I have my eye on to review next, so stay tuned.
Yeah, you should definitely check out TicWatch. Their watches are pretty like affordable for being smartwatches, especially like the cheaper versions. And I've owned one and it was great. I loved it. There
Yeah,
were
and
a
I
lot of
think
downsides to it, of course, but
right. I think I've seen Michael Pepper actually do a video of the Tick Watch.
yeah, I think I remember him talking about it one time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they're great
we'll see.
watches.
We'll see. Um
Anyway,
but
um,
I will gotta say I still kind of don't see what people are talking about and why they want the Apple Watch to be around. Just stick to what's good because honestly, like shape to me at least doesn't really matter. So
I mean, yeah, I don't care either. It's like square watch, cool, looks futuristic. Circle watch. I mean, personally, I don't really like circular watches just because like there's not as much usable space as there is on a square smartwatch. Even though this isn't exactly
yeah,
square anymore, it's kind of becoming this like, I don't know what shape it is. It's kind of like a
it's slow.
it's a it's
It's either
Sir
coming
Sir
round or
Square. It's like
rectangular.
a Sir Square. Yeah, exactly. It's like a Sir Square
Yeah.
or a squircle.
Actually,
A squircle.
actually, I think I've showed you one of the watches that I was looking at, and it's like a big rectangular watch. I'm kind of tempted to that just to see, like, I don't know, but stop me at any
Just get
time. I
like
mean,
what? Just get one that's like that takes up your whole arm, kind of thing.
the last thing I want to talk about here is the unboxing. That's literally how I unboxed my Apple Watch, this watch. And
Yeah, not the Apple
honestly,
Watch.
The Apple Watch needs to have an unboxing like this. Maybe not as easy, but it needs to be
More like
worked on.
maybe like more like the Apple Watch, like the iPhone. I mean, I remember the Apple Watch Sport
Yes.
was pretty easy to unbox. Like that was literally just a plastic box. You like open it up and there we go. There's your watch.
Yeah.
Just take it
Yeah,
out
but
straight. But now it's like kind of an IKEA type situation where like you buy the watch, it comes with the band, and then you have to like assemble it. It's like assembly
yeah,
required.
bro, I
Which I mean, I
literally dropped
guess
the watch on. I literally, I don't know if you can't really tell, but I have tiles on this floor. I literally dropped the watch as I'm unboxing it on the floor, and
oh
it's
no.
fine. But yeah,
I mean, it's plastic. I'm sure it's plastic. So if it were to break, if it were to crack, then it's like not great plastic.
yeah, right,
But
right.
anyway, yeah,
But
that's
anyway,
one of the things that makes it cheap.
moving on.
Moving on, yeah.
Uh,
So getting into, I guess, today's episode of the Tech Unlocked podcast. Apologies for kind of dragging on a little bit, Taylor. No, I'm joking. It was fun. So
man,
today we've actually
listen.
got quite a lot to cover, of which a lot of things are kind of like going to be bunched together in a way, but we've got like 50 news stories to cover today. So it's gonna kind of be like a quick fire type thing. But
You
a lot of
scared
them
me
won't
with
really
that
take
no
that much
Benji.
time.
All I'm saying.
Honestly, I was just like on a roll this morning. I was like, I'm gonna go like find as many articles as I can. So we've got a bunch of stuff, a bunch of rumors about things that will be coming at Dub this year. So we've got iOS 16 is going to be getting some changes, some improvements. watchOS 9 as well. We've got some information about that. We've got some
Bro.
information about the new Apple Watch and the future of the Apple Watch as well in terms of health sensors, and even potential satellite connectivity, which is going to be pretty sick. We're also going to be covering new Mac Mini, people freaking out over a new USB-C charger, and I guess jumping on to like a couple of Android things as well. We're going to be talking about Pixel 6a as we've heard some more information about that, and a new foldable from Vivo. So I guess we could start off with the first thing, which is iOS 16. We've got three different things to talk about in regards to iOS 16. The first one being iOS 16 may get trio of new health features, including medicine reminders. What are your thoughts on this?
Bruh, I honestly, if that happens, I welcome it completely. As a person that does take vitamins and other stuff on the daily, sometimes I'll start my day in a rush, so like I'll forget to take it. So having that reminder is always welcome, and I think I speak for anybody who has health issues and that takes medicine that needs to be taken daily. I think that this would help a lot. So I really,
For sure.
really, I honestly am kind of surprised they haven't added this sooner. I am going to say that.
Yeah.
Um,
It'll be cool to see because I think the health app right now is kind of a bit underrated and underpowered in a way. Like you could still
yeah,
track a
yeah,
lot of stuff with the health app. It's crazy how much stuff you can track. But apparently, according to Gurman, who's 86.4% accurate according to Apple Track, he says that an updated version of the health app on the iPhone this year is expected to add expanded sleep tracking functionality, medicine management, and new women's health features. Apple has been working on a medicine management tool that will let users scan their pill bottles into the app. The software will monitor adherence and remind users to take their medication, but the initial version of the feature for this year is unlikely to include all of the planned functionality, Gurman says. Apple is expected to debut iOS 16 at WWDC. So I think I'm really excited to see the sleep tracking functionality because I think that's kind of something that I would be interested in. Because as of right
yeah,
now,
for
like
sure.
sleep tracking on the Apple Watch, it's cool, but it's not like you can't go into that much detail. It kind of shows you like when you were asleep, when you were like in a deep sleep, kind of shows you your
Yeah,
breathing, your heart rate. But other than that, it doesn't really show anything else. Like it doesn't say you had like this was the quality of your sleep, like out of 10 kind of thing. Which I think would be cool to see a couple of extra metrics. Cause I mean, if you're wearing the Apple Watch, it's got all of these different sensors and stuff. It's like why
yeah,
can it
yeah.
not track more as well as what it's already tracking? Because honestly, like when I started when I sleep tracked a couple of times on my watch, I was kind of disappointed with like some of the stuff that it told me because it wasn't very in depth. I don't know if you've ever slept with your Apple Watch and found the same thing, but
No, bro, because honestly, I have sleep apnea and I have to sleep with a mask every night, and I'm always afraid that like it's either gonna call emergency services or something because of the way I sleep. So I never wore my Apple Watch to bed. Um, Maybe I should. There are sleep tracking. There is sleep tracking for this specific watch. And I've been debating on doing it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to wake up to my thing going off saying, "Hey, it's calling," and so I don't know. And at the same time, I mean, I know I could shut off all the other notifications, but I have friends who message me at the worst time of the night. So, yeah, I don't know if I want to
yeah.
do that.
I mean, if you Like on the Apple Watch, the thing I love, like when you're using sleep tracking, like it basically turns on focus mode and like it'll block out any phone calls or anything from
Right,
people,
right.
which I think is good because that was kind of like the thing when I first started doing it. I was like, is it gonna like if somebody random calls me, will I wake up or whatever? But now I've
Yeah.
even gotten to the point where even if I have an alarm on my watch, I don't even wake up for the alarm. And it's
Damn.
like I have this problem where like if I don't want to wake up in the morning, like at the time that I set the alarm, I can easily just like sleep through the alarm. If I hear it enough times, like my brain's like, oh yeah, no, this sound is bad. Let's ignore the sound so we can sleep more, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
um yeah, so that's my problem. And I think it started doing it with the watch as well. And Siri is thinks that I'm talking to it. No. Um
That's
but yeah.
that's one problem I don't have to go through with this one. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Ends up
No
like calling
assistant.
ends up calling some like actually this is going off on a little bit of a tangent, but the other day I was like in the car and I wanted to call my mom and I like called on Siri because like I didn't want to like touch my phone and stuff because here now in England, like if you even like interact with your phone to do anything and the police stops you, you're basically like screwed. So
Yeah,
um
yeah.
it's like
That's been a
I
thing here
normally
for a
use
while.
yeah, I normally use Siri in the car and like sometimes it's great, sometimes it works, but sometimes it's like oh, calling this random person, and it's like my ex boss, and I'm like, no, I don't want to call this guy.
Yeah.
um, or like,
I I actually
it,
had
the most annoying thing though is like sometimes I say because my brother's called Nike or Nike as in the brand, and so like sometimes
yeah.
I'm like call Nike, and it's like here's the nearest Nike store. I'm like, no, that's not what that's not what I wanted. So
Damn.
Siri, honestly, Siri needs like some fixing, but hopefully iOS 16 brings
Bruh.
some fixes.
Yeah. Today I was at the gym and I was wearing my headphones and I asked to call my mom for her to come pick me up. And honestly, it pissed me off because it really so I have my mom's cell and my mom's work number, and it kept saying mom or mom work, mom or mom work. And I'm like, mom, mom. And it kept asking me which mom or mom work. And I'm just like, I'm literally telling you who it is.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
bruh, are you kidding me right
That's
now?
annoying as well. That's so
Oh,
annoying as
dude.
like
So,
honestly, Siri can improve in certain aspects, but also in some it can't because of Apple's whole privacy like stance and stuff.
mhm,
But like yeah,
mhm.
things like that, it's like why?
Uh,
Seriously.
so
But
literally,
anyway,
literally I have to go into my contacts and fix it to put mom's cell because I don't want to go through that again. Like honestly. Oh man. But
yeah, that's interesting. But moving on to more iOS 16 leaks and news. Apparently there are significant enhancements coming, but no redesign, according to Gurman. Don't
okay.
know what you feel about that. So basically, Gurman says that I'm
Bruh.
looking for some faintly significant enhancements across the board, including an update to notifications and new health tracking features, as we just spoke about. I'm not expecting
Mhm.
an end-to-end redesign of iOS interface, even though it hasn't changed much since iOS 7 nearly a decade ago. But there might be new iPadOS multitasking interface, Gurman says. So,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it kind of
At
sucks that
least
there's going to be no redesign.
yeah, at least they're working on iPadOS a little bit. I know a lot of people wanted that. But as
Yeah,
far as like
including myself.
as yeah, as far as like the whole redesign, I kind of wish that like and I think this is so easy. I think they should just make the iOS apps, iPadOS apps the same as macOS. Like how difficult would that be?
Yeah.
I've seen some like little changes in the applications. So like
I
a little
mean,
bit more
I think even if we look at Mac OS, to be honest, it still hasn't changed that much because since iOS 7, like the shade of the icons have changed slightly. A couple of the icons have changed as well. Like I
Yeah.
remember we used to have Passbook back in the day, but now we have Wallet, and that kind of changed. The weather app I think went through some slight tweaks. Mail as
Yep.
well. The App Store went through a couple of changes. So like we've seen some changes in certain like aspects of the UI, but I think it would be
Right.
really cool if we got like a full redesign, like from the ground up. They just
Yeah.
rebuilt the whole thing. But I guess at the point that Apple is standing right now with iOS, I think they need to focus more on like crushing those bugs and like introducing other features other
Which
than the
I
redesign. Like
get,
yes,
but like,
yeah, like
still,
yes, a redesign would be nice, but I don't think it's necessary at this moment in time. I think the way that iOS is built, the UI, it works. It's because if they change the UI on iOS, they'd have to go and change the UI on macOS, on iPadOS, on watchOS, and they'd have to do like a whole redesign to make it all look the same. So I think they might be working on that for the next like iOS 17 or 18, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I don't think it's going to happen
yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
So people
Um,
don't get your hopes up.
what What are your thoughts on like the calculator and other apps that iPad doesn't have that we need?
Honestly, like I'm not really bummed that much about the weather app like that. Okay, cool. I can just go into search. The calculator though, like if you the amount of times where I've been on my iPad and I'm like, oh, I want to make this quick calculation, but there's no calculator app. I have to go and download a third party one. And all the third party ones kind of suck because like there's no
Yeah.
proper free calculator app that works as well as the iPhone one. It's like they all have ads or they have some problem with them or like there's even a few that have like a monthly subscription. So like you pay like $5 a month just to have a calculator on your flipping iPad. It's like,
Yeah.
why?
I kind of wish that you could just like delete it from the iPhone. So you know how like you can download an app and it'll go to like the iPad or vice versa. I wish you could just delete apps and then re-download them and they'll just transfer over to iPad. That would be cool.
Oh, right.
But
That would be, yeah, that would be
I
interesting.
I
But I
think that
mean,
would be interesting. But
like, I think Apple is just overthinking the whole calculator and weather app thing on the iPad. And I think like
yeah, at the same
they
time,
just need to just like take the iPhone one, blow it up and give it to us already. Like, I don't care. It's
exactly,
it works fine
exactly.
on the iPhone. I don't know, like what on earth could they be doing to the calculator app to make it look different and work better for the iPad? It's like
It's
I
just
literally can't think
yeah,
of anything. I mean, maybe the
nothing
weather app.
honestly.
Like the weather app, you have a little bit more things that you can like customize and stuff. But the calculator, you literally need numbers and a couple of symbols, and that's everything you need on the calculator. And you just tap. That's it. Make it simple. Don't
Yeah,
make it like some complicated thing from like I don't know
bruh.
some movie
Can
or
you
whatever.
imagine can you imagine we actually get a redesign of the calculator app and it's just like a whole mess of stuff? Like,
They like
why?
rearrange all
Why?
the numbers and then they
Why?
like add some weird symbols that nobody knows about. Add the Apple logo in there.
Seriously though,
Start adding
like
emojis. It's like laughing face emoji plus heartbreak equals crying emoji. I don't know.
oh
Throw an
man,
emoji calculator in there while you're at it.
right?
Anyway,
But
um, and I guess the last thing for iOS 16 that we have today is that it's full of references to the upcoming AR VR headset. So yeah, that's going to be interesting.
when
Apparently, it's
when
like
is that
referenced.
coming?
I think it's referenced as ROS or something. So that's kind of exciting. I mean, so far, if it ends up, I think Mark Gurman said that it's going to be coming, like this during iOS 16's life cycle, which
Yep,
means we will probably be seeing this headset at least unveiled this at the end of this year. I think probably dub they'll probably kind of hint a little bit about AR and kind of get developers on the train of like let's create more AR VR apps kind of thing.
yep,
Um
yep.
and then they'll come out um with the headset later on this year, which hopefully happens and doesn't get delayed yet again.
Dude. Oh man. Um, that would stink, honestly.
Yep.
But
Do you have any other thoughts or do you want to move on?
yeah, we can move on.
All right, so we're on watchOS now. watchOS 9.
Ooh,
Do you wanna cover the next one? Introduce the next topic.
sure. So, next topic that we have is Watch OS 9. What number are we on? Oh, wait. Right here. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's gonna have, or it's rumored to have, low power mode, refresh watch faces, and new health features. So I kind of wanted to. I kind of said this earlier. I honestly, with this watch that I have now, I love all the watch faces. And stay tuned to my video to see them all because I love them, and I definitely think that Apple needs more. I don't know. I kind of feel like Apple needs some different ones, especially for like formal events and stuff. I really don't care for the ones that we have now, as far as like the ones that you know, that you can change to like formal. Um, so there's that. So I'm hoping for that. As far as health features, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Benji?
I mean, I hope like I honestly low power mode, I'm all for it. I would love to have a
Oh
low
yeah,
power
for
mode
sure,
on the Apple Watch. I think that's something
dude.
that we don't have yet. That I mean, like when I first got an iPad the a couple months ago, like the last time I had an iPad, it didn't have low power mode, and every time I was like, why does the iPhone have it and the iPad doesn't, kind of thing. But now you've
Right.
got low power mode on the iPad. You even have low power mode on the Mac. So like it just makes sense to bring it to the Apple Watch, especially since a lot of people will be sleeping with their Apple Watches and stuff like that. And like you just charge it for a couple minutes or like a half an hour before going to bed and things like that. It would be cool if you could turn on low power mode so then it doesn't use as much power. But
Yeah,
also I think
that
the
would be
watch
sick.
faces, I completely agree with you. I think that the Apple could really do a lot more with the watch faces. Like my only complaint with most of the watch faces on the Apple Watch right now is the lack of being of complications on it. Because like you
Hmm.
have a couple of them that have like 5 or 6 different complications that you can add to it. But then there's like the new one that Apple released with the Series 7, the I can't remember what is this one called? The contour watch face. Absolutely love it. The one that has like
Hmm.
the thingy that you can move with the digital crown kind of thing.
Yep.
Amazing, but it only has space for 2 complications, and I mean, this could easily fit 4 complications. Like, I just have my time and the activity rings there, and it would be cool if I could even add, like, the weather, temperature, and, like, a calendar event or something.
Yep.
I mean, I'm excited when
Now.
it says that many existing watch faces will be updated. I hope
Hmm.
that means that they're gonna get that, and also maybe some of them will be more optimized for the bigger watch sizes as well, because it feels like some of them are kind of like just blown up to kind of fit the watch kind of thing. It'd be cool if they're even more customizable. Like you could like move the complications to wherever you want them, and you could add as many to you as you want onto the watch faces and stuff. Yes, I mean all
Yeah.
look is good, but I think that'd be cool.
I think also they should give us customization for like the fonts. I think that would be
Mm,
cool. I don't know, just a couple. Like
yeah.
I'm not saying as many as like our video editors have and stuff like that. I'm just saying like a couple. You know, and also please add ringtones, new ringtones, new text
Oh
tones,
yes.
bruh.
Yeah, because we've had
Like I've
like
been
the Apple Watch
saying this.
we've had the same one since the original Apple Watch.
Dude,
It
I've been saying
sucks.
this for how long already? Like, come on.
Yeah,
I don't know. I honestly,
but
I have my Apple Watch on vibrate just because I can't stand the ringtone. Like,
yeah, that's
serious.
true sometimes. And I guess like sometimes I'm like so used to like hearing the ringtones that we have on the Apple Watch now. It's kind of like it kind of gets old.
Yeah,
Um, but I guess also touching on the apparently there's going to be more pre-selectable workouts and additional metrics also coming. So
that's pretty
hopefully
cool.
we get like a couple extra workouts that aren't in there right now. Like I was doing a workout a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't find it on the watch. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, why isn't this on the watch, kind of thing. Like it apparently it's even got additional metrics, so maybe it'll show you, like when you're doing a workout, it'll show you like the elevation and a couple of other things that you can't
Ooh,
currently see. Actually, I think you can see elevation, because like the Apple
yeah,
Watch, as I said before, has a lot of different sensors, and a lot of them aren't being used to its full potential. So it'd be cool
yeah,
even to like
yeah.
customize your activity rings a little bit more. Like say,
Yes.
instead of your stand goal, you can set like a goal for how many steps you wanna walk every day, or a certain distance that you want to walk every day, kind of thing. Because as of right now, you're just limited to the stand, move, and exercise, which kind of sucks. So yeah, I guess
Um,
that's a bit about
I do
watchOS
want to add
now.
something. I do want to add something. Um, Now I know that there's like some kind of like disability stuff. I just wish they added more for the like more exercises for the disabled.
Oh
And
yeah,
also like I don't know about now. I can't talk about now because I had the Apple Fitness Plus um for like a month or whatever it was to test it out free. And there was like really nothing I could do. That's another thing that I hope comes in the future. I don't know if they've added it or not,
yeah.
but more things that people with disabilities could do um, to track health and everything would be amazing. I think. As
Oh
somebody with
yeah,
a
a hundred
disability,
percent.
honestly, I'm honestly shocked that Apple hasn't done anything when it comes to that. But
Yeah, because I think the only like I think it's only people in wheelchairs that really get some
yeah,
love
exactly.
on that kind of front. Because like I don't exactly know. I think they changed the stand goal to something else, like maybe how many times you move around, kind of thing.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I mean, it's cool that they added that ages ago. But yeah, there aren't many other things for people who like can't physically do like exercise or something.
Like,
But they still want to
there's
like
things like
somehow close their rings, kind of thing.
yeah, there's things like elliptical and treadmill and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I can't do those workouts, so, all I do is, like, the normal walk, so, like, there's other things that it could suggest that would be awesome, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. And who knows, maybe we'll get some more of those workouts. But I mean, if that ever and like even I think it would be cool if they added like even other health sensors to the Apple Watch, like glucose monitoring, that kind of stuff. I think that would really be a
Yes.
game changer.
Much needed.
Um,
Much needed.
but yeah, and about that, apparently new Apple Watch health features coming this year, but blood pressure and blood sugar sensors delayed. So now we're talking a little bit more about hardware. We're talking about Apple Watch Series 8 kind of territory, where apparently Apple is still planning to add like body temperature monitoring and glucose monitoring, but those sensors are still in the works and won't be out for like a couple of years. And actually, where was the other article here that talked about? I think you made a video about it. Um, which one was it? Yeah, so like apparently the temper Apple's going to be adding like body temperature sensing sensors to this next Apple Watch, but it's only going to be exclusive to women, something like that, to kind of like I think track fertility. Yeah, it's designed to aid
Bruh.
fertility planning.
Bruh.
So it's kind of weird.
I that I could go on and on about that. I think that's, don't get me wrong, I think that's cool, but um they
We would like these things as well. People are gonna start
yeah,
like saying on their Apple Watch that they're a woman just to get this extra health metric.
yeah. Another thing, and I've been wanting to like say this for a while, but do we really need the app for cycling? How there's the app for women to
Oh
track
yeah, yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
bruh,
I mean, I
bruh.
think it makes
Okay,
sense. I think it makes sense, but I mean, it's there if you want it.
But hear me
And I
out.
think it
But hear me
automatically
out.
installed it on mine for some reason. I'm like, I don't need this ever, so
But
just delete it.
but hear me out. But hear me out. I think that if you specify that you're a female or a male, it could download the apps that are necessary for you.
Yeah, because I think as I just said,
You
like it was
know?
pre-installed on mine, and I'm like, what is this? I'm never gonna use it. I don't need it.
Seriously. Seriously. The best thing that Apple did was give us the option to delete apps because like I had so many apps on my Apple Watch and even on my iPhone that I never used and it was just occupying space. Like I come on, you know? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. The developers are probably like, no, too lazy. I don't want to add this into the
Oh,
thing.
dude.
Like,
Dude.
anyway.
I will listen. I will literally I'll go Rockford Media and literally email Tim Cook and say, listen, man, we need this, this, and this. Like seriously.
Yeah, but
Uh
I think it'll be
but
cool if I think it's cool that
but
they add more sensors, like more power to the Apple Watch.
yeah, yeah. By the way, Rockford Media, if you ever listen to this, shout out to you, man. But yeah. Uh
You're great.
can you can you give us connections to Tim Cook and the Apple team, please? Because that would be awesome.
Especially
You-
especially the marketing team. I think it would be great if they like got in touch with us and
yes.
like, we like signed a couple of deals, some NDAs, that kind of stuff.
No, can you imagine if we had somebody from the Apple team on the podcast? We'd
Ooh, that
blow
would
up
be
right
nice.
there.
We just end up having Craig Federighi on the podcast and like, yeah, I'm future CEO.
That would be awesome. But
Um yeah, anyway, do you want to move on to the next Apple Watch topic we have, which is quite
so
exciting?
number 6 or
I think so. Yes.
okay, so Apple Watch to eventually gain satellite connectivity feature for SOS and emergency contacts. What are your thoughts, Benji?
I mean, honestly, I'm all for satellite connectivity. Like we're hearing that Apple might be launching this feature with the iPhone 14, and if it comes to the Apple Watch as well, that would be insane. Like imagine you're just going out with your
Wow.
Apple Watch, just by yourself
Yep.
with your Apple Watch. It's connected to the satellite. You can still make phone calls and everything, even if there's no cell service. That would honestly be just like next level cool. And
Yeah.
something that
Yeah.
because I mean, I think it was supposed to come for the iPhone 13, the satellite connectivity thing, but apparently it's been delayed for the iPhone 14. And the Apple Watch will probably receive it like in a year or two. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so apparently, it will allow people to report a crisis such as a car, boat, or plane crash to relevant authorities, like whether or not you have a cell connection or not. And I think this will also work for like GPS models, I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
where you'll be able to
Yep.
call emergency services. So that'll be cool. You'll get like the non-cellular model, and you can still call emergency services, because I think that's kind of like a downside to getting the standard Wi-Fi model instead of getting the cellular one, or GPS model, yeah, instead of the cellular one, just because of that, because like you can't call emergency services if you have to. So
Yep.
I think this is gonna be cool. Satellite connectivity on Apple Watch. I'm all for it. I don't know about you. I think it'd be cool.
No, yeah. I am. I am. For sure.
Sweet. Well, I guess we can move on. So
Yep.
moving on to better things. So we're moving on to Apple updates Final Cut Pro with Mac Studio performance improvements and more. What were you gonna say? Something?
No, no, no.
Okay, never
I
mind.
would
So
I
yeah,
would just like
so
reading out loud.
so all right, fair enough. Yeah. So Apple has just released an update for Final Cut Pro, which I updated to today. It's working pretty well so far. I mean, I've edited like a couple videos in it today. So apparently now you can duplicate clip detection, So basically it'll detect in your timeline if there's like files that appear more than once, and it will kind of highlight them. My Apple Watch is asking me to stand up, but that's not happening. And we also get like voice isolation, which is going to be sick. So it'll improve the clarity of speech by adjusting the level of background noise using machine learning. Hopefully this works as well as the voice isolation on the current like Mac and stuff, because I
Yep.
absolutely love the noise isolation thing. I still haven't been able to figure out how to use that yet on Final Cut Pro, and we also get optimized for. It's also optimized for the Mac Studio, which I think a lot of. Oh, apparently, I reached my stand goal, but apparently, apparently a lot of people have been experiencing it with the Mac Studio, that it's not been taking, like full advantage. Like the Mac Studio has not been taking full advantage of Final Cut Pro, or Final Cut Pro hasn't been taking full advantage of the Mac Studio, and now they fixed
Hmm.
that, and they've also fixed it with like the other softwares. And also, here's a feature for a couple of features for you. So iMovie now has Magic Movie and Storyboard features, whatever that means. They sound cool.
Yeah.
Um, so they can now be placed directly in the timeline. Um,
So we were actually
yeah,
talking
pretty
about that.
exciting.
So we were actually talking about that behind the scenes, and honestly, so I edit my videos now on my phone and my iPad with VLLO, or whatever it's called, Villo, um, and I love it. I've gotten used to it, but there's one thing that I wish they would change, and that would be to add clips, as you're going along. Um, as it stands right now, I don't know if you've used the app, Benji, but as it stands now, you have to import all the clips before you get into like the project page. And bruh, that just
It's
messes
annoying.
me up. It
Have you
messes
tried using?
me up.
Have you tried using drag? Have you tried like using drag and drop or something?
No,
Like going onto like the camera roll app or whatever, and then like holding on the clip and then going back to VLLO and throwing it in. I think that might work. I'm not sure though,
I don't know.
because
I'll
sometimes you have to
try
watch
it.
an ad to insert a clip, which sucks.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I, I I don't remember doing it, but I guess I have the purchased version of VLLO. Don't ask me how I did that, because I don't remember. Um, but yeah, that's only like that's the only thing with that that I really don't like. So the last video that's on my page, on my YouTube, I actually did a mixture of VLO and iMovie just because I needed some other stuff, and it, like, honestly, bruh, if they could just fix that on VLO, I'll be happy, and I won't ever go back to iMovie. But
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like I need to go back to iMovie at some point. I mean,
I mean,
I can't really
hopefully they
afford.
update it and make it better.
Yeah, I can't really afford Final Cut. Wish I could. Um, but you know, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I think
I Go ahead.
yeah, my biggest issue with Final Cut Pro right now is because I'm like starting to do a lot more short form content for like TikTok and Reels and Shorts, that kind of stuff. Is like
Yep.
now I'm like adding captions and subtitles to almost every single video I do on there. Apart from my tech videos, I've just decided I'm not even gonna bother doing that because it's gonna take so long. Because like
Yeah.
I've heard some people who have Premiere Pro, and adding captions in Premiere Pro is just a breeze. Like I think it automatically puts them in and stuff, and like you just edit them and it's so super easy. But now with Final Cut Pro, there's like a whole process to like get to like customize it. Like you have to first of all you need to like transcribe the video, and you can do that like using some websites and some apps and stuff, which is kind of annoying. Um but then you have to like import it. You know, you have to export it in a certain file and then import it into Final Cut Pro, and then it like shows up as a certain subtitle, and then you can't edit it that much, so you have to like export it to another program, which will then turn it into titles and then re-import it into Final Cut Pro. This is like the thing I have to go through every single day. And then like You have to
Dude,
edit every single
that's
title one by one. You have to like fix everything, make sure there's like not multiple lines
oh
of text, and
no.
change the font, change the color. It's like it takes for absolute ever to do. Like sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna like listen to like what the person is saying in the video and then write the text manually because that's just like so much quicker at this point. So Final
Yeah,
Cut Pro
yeah,
is fantastic, but if you're doing like short form content with captions and stuff, it just ain't chief. It's like
yeah, yeah.
it's not good. It's not
Um,
good. Very bad.
what are
Very, very bad.
editing with on your phone? Are you doing any editing on your phone?
So I don't do any editing on my phone, but on occasion I use VLLO on my iPad.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't used it for a while since I've gotten my new MacBook Pro. Just because like
Yep.
the other MacBook Pro I have kind of started getting a bit slow for editing, so I was like, I'm just gonna try to edit on my
Yeah.
iPad, and it was so much faster. Because like I wouldn't edit like big projects on it, but I would edit like the short form content, just like add like one thing of text in there, and that's it pretty much. Just like a title at the
Yeah.
start,
Yeah.
and throw in like do some cuts and stuff. But now I just do it all in Final Cut Pro. I can like carry my computer anywhere. I don't need an external hard drive because I've got enough storage on the thing. So um yeah. But if I were to go on the go, I'd probably use VLLO to edit, or I'm
Oh
even
yeah.
looking into getting LumaFusion at some point to
Yeah.
actually not.
Um.
I probably need to get rid of some stuff on my computer. I'm like using half of the storage already.
Jeez.
I have a terabyte of storage and it says like 476 is available. I need to get some stuff. Final Cut Pro
Ooh.
projects, honestly, man, like they take up so much. It's crazy.
Do you do you keep so after you've uploaded videos, do you still keep them on your computer or do you delete them?
So I normally keep like the last video I made just because like it's easier when I create a new video, I just like copy and paste certain like text effects and transitions and sometimes some other like even the like some other things, some graphics and stuff. I just transition them
Mhm.
to the new video and then I delete the old one. So that's kind of what I do. But like the finished video file, I normally store all of those on a hard drive just in case because like you never know, YouTube might just go berserk one day and just delete everything on my channel, and then I don't
Yeah.
have those videos anymore. So just for like safekeeping, I
True,
just throw them
true.
on a hard drive. Some of them are even upload to iCloud. Yeah, but the finished projects are normally like less than a couple of gigabytes, so it's not even that bad.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, but anyway,
You want
I guess
okay, you
moving
wanna move
on.
on? Uh,
So, um, yeah, you can take this one.
where are we?
We're on the charging brick. We're the USB-C charging brick that everybody's losing their absolute minds over.
Yeah. So, the next thing we're gonna be talking about is Apple's upcoming 35-watt dual USB-C charger. Man, I've been hearing so much about this. Like, this better be good. Like, honestly, and cheap. I gotta say that because honestly, I feel like every new product is just the price is getting higher and higher and higher. So on some of these products, but what are your thoughts, Benji? And are you
So
getting
I mean,
one?
I'm not getting one for sure. It's probably gonna cost like $50. And I mean, it's a 35-watt charger as well. Like I think I have one that's like 40 watts or something, and like it's quite small still. Um, I don't see the point in buying this, honestly. I mean, yes, it's Apple. I don't know why people are losing their minds over it. They're like, Apple's making a charger, and everyone's like excited. I'm sure this is gonna sell out like instantly, just like the
dude,
polishing block
dude,
did.
I
I'm not
can't wait.
like I may be an Apple fanboy, but I am not an Apple fanboy in that way where I'm just
Yeah,
like ready with my wallet to purchase anything that comes even near the Apple store.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I mean, it's sure the
That
charger's gonna look cool. I love Apple's design of chargers, but honestly, like, am I gonna be staring at this thing every day and I'm gonna like, oh, I don't like the design now? No, I'm gonna be
kind
plugging the
kind
thing
of
in
a
and I'm gonna forget about it.
yeah. kind of like what people did when the Apple Cloth came out. They just bought it, like use it once, and that's it. Like,
Exactly. That's exactly right. People are just gonna buy these things. They're gonna buy this charger. They're gonna be like,
bro,
"Cool, I
like,
love it," and then they're gonna lose it or something, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go buy another
oh come
$50
on,
charger."
like Jesus.
But I mean, I think it is pretty cool. I think it is pretty cool that this thing folds up. I guess it makes it easy for travel. But I mean, I have
Oh
one
yeah, no, for
that looks
sure.
almost the same as this. I think it's from Ugreen or something. It's some other company, and I think it charges a higher wattage. I think it's up around like 40 watts or something. Um,
Yep.
and I use it to charge my iPhone and my Apple Watch at the same time, using both of them using MagSafe. So like, yeah, I think the MagSafe charge is like 15 watts, and the Apple Watch charges probably like 10 or something. I don't know how much it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know why people are freaking out over this charger. Cool. Apple's finally making a dual USB or even USB-C charger, but like, don't hold your breath because this thing's gonna cost a lot, and it's probably gonna be sold out for the first 3 months anyway.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
it's gonna be too expensive. You could spend like the same amount of money and get yourself two dual USB-C chargers. Heck, you can even probably get one that has 5 USB-C plugs or whatever for the same
Yep.
price.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bruh, like I will make a video and like rant and like yell and scream at people if they go crazy more about this, honestly. But um moving on a little
Hands
bit.
down.
Oh yeah. But moving on a little bit. So new Mac Mini leaked by Apple in Studio Display code. Bruh. Uh I mean, I knew it was
This
coming.
always
They
happens.
said it. They said it in the last event. I'm psyched to see what it's all about. I know a lot of people are gonna jump on this like no tomorrow, but what are your thoughts, Benji?
I mean, I think like I'm not gonna be buying this Mac Mini. It's not for me. Um,
Me either. Me
but
either. Especially
uh,
especially if it looks like a trash can.
I mean it won't. But um, like I think the Mac Mini is great for some people. And looking at kind of like the rumors, like we've got Mark Gurman who says that Apple might be releasing two Macs later on this year. Um, and one of them could potentially be the Mac Mini. But there's sources that say like the design of this product, John Prosser says it's going to be a full redesign, and he's like almost 70-ish% accurate. And then we have
Yep.
Minchi Kuo, who's a little bit more accurate. He believes that the design will be unchanged. So we don't know exactly what this Mac Mini is going to bring, but we do know that it'll probably ship with the M2 chip, or an M1, or it's gonna have like an M1 Pro and an M1, or an M2 variant as well. So you'll
Yep.
get kind of like because right now we've got the MacBook Pro, which has M1 Pro, M1 Max, and we have the MacBook Air, for example, that has M1. But now we're gonna be getting, or like we've got the Mac Mini, which has the M1, and then we have the Mac Pro, not Mac Pro, sorry, Mac Studio, which has the
Hmm.
M1 Max and M1 Ultra. So it's kind of like it will make sense for Apple to make a Mac Mini with the M1 or M2, the new one's probably gonna be called, and then also have an M1 Pro in it. So then you kind of have the Pro, like the Mini goes up to the Pro, and then the Studio goes from Max to Ultra. So I mean, I'm excited for the people who are going to be interested in this Mac Mini. It seems like it's closer than what some people think, and I'm excited to see what comes of it.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I mean, it's Apple Silicon,
Uh,
so Apple Silicon is always exciting.
exactly. Exactly. So moving on a little bit, if
This is a topic that you'll love.
actually, oh yeah, oh yeah. So apparently AirPods Pro 2 again rumored to release this year, bruh.
Oh, I completely skipped one. Never mind. But yeah, AirPods Pro 2. I mean, it's a given. Like this thing's been rumored for probably since the AirPods Pro, the original ones came out. I'm honestly
Mhm.
hyped for the AirPods Pro 2. I hope they're gonna be good, like a good upgrade from the current Pros, because I absolutely love my AirPods Pro. They're literally the best set of earbuds I've ever owned. The noise cancellation is awesome. The transparency mode is awesome. The pairing automatically to all the devices is always magical. But there are a couple of things that I wish could be better. Like, of course, sound quality could be better. Battery life could even be slightly better. I mean, battery life, I haven't really been having any issues with this so far. Um, I'm excited to have, if I upgrade, I'll be excited to have MagSafe on the case because I
Mhm.
currently don't have them. So they're going to be some pretty cool upgrades, I think. And also with the rumored redesign, where it's not going to have a stem, I think that's going to be interesting to see
I was gonna ask
how
you
they
what
kind
your
of like
thoughts
tackle
are.
that.
I was gonna ask you what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I think like the thing I don't like about the leaked design is it's going to be basically like an AirPod without a stem. Um,
Yep.
it may be bad for battery life. I don't know if Apple's probably going to do it. They've probably got the battery life issue sorted. Um, but I think it's gonna look too similar to a lot of other Bluetooth earbuds. Like I don't know if you've ever seen like those kind of like circular, kind of like Galaxy Buds or Pixel Buds. They all kind of look the same, and I don't want
Mhm.
Apple to kind of
Mhm.
like take that approach where it looks the same as others. Like when you look at an AirPod now, you could tell like, oh yeah, this is an AirPod. Like it's got the stem with the Force Touch sensor,
Yeah.
really cool. Um, but then you look like a Galaxy Buds, and you're like, what earbuds are those? Are they these, or are these other ones? So, I mean,
Right.
yes, there are people
Right.
that make knockoff AirPods as well, but you can kind of tell if an AirPod is an AirPod by the way it looks,
Exactly.
just because of the way it is, kind of thing. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I agree. As far as like the design goes, like I'm with you. I hope that they don't make it like everybody else. Because we're already seeing that with cell phones and stuff like that. Which that's like another conversation for another day. But like, um, yeah, they really need to make things different, and not just you know software, but the hardware as well. So
Yeah. So we're probably going to be seeing this update in the second half of the year. So between July and December, I think it'll probably launch around the same time as the new iPhone will. So it'll
yep,
probably launch alongside iPhone 14 or alongside iPads, I think, in October or something if they have an October event. So I'm really interested to see what this will new update will bring. Hopefully improved noise cancellation, improved transparency mode, all of that. Which I mean I'm all for new features. Probably a price bump because of inflation, unfortunately, but yeah, it'll be good. I can't wait. But I was moving on. This is a topic that you'll like. I don't know if you really like the AirPods Pro one, but Beats Studio Buds debut in 3 new colors.
bruh,
Yay! Ocean blue,
bruh.
sunset pink, and moon gray. Honestly, the looking at the picture of these blue ones, they look really nice. Even the pinks, I think, look pretty cool. Um, what are your thoughts on these 3 new colors for
I
the
love it. I wish I had waited
bud?
a little bit longer and not get the Power Beats Pro. As much as I love the Power Beats Pro, um, I know that this is a known issue, but like I feel like half the time when I put it back in the case, one of them doesn't charge, and I have to like take it out and put it back in. And I know that this is like a known issue. Um, it's something to do like with the coils inside, for the charging and whatnot. Um, so I mean, had I known that, I would have waited for sure. But yeah, I really like the design of the new ones. I really do. Um, I know that for the new ones they have the little stem, which I don't mind it. I don't know about you or other people who do have it, but I think that would be a lot better than the hooks. I know I've said a lot of great things about the hooks, um, because I've had other headphones with hooks on them, and I just personally like that. But I'd honestly be willing to try these new Beats. I honestly would.
Yeah, honestly, now that I look at them, they kind of look like a very nice pair of earbuds. Like, yes, they're not going to be as good as AirPods in like sound quality and things like that. But I mean, it charges via USB-C.
Yeah,
But I mean, I don't
yeah.
really care because I charge my AirPods wirelessly. So, yeah, it kind of sucks now.
That's
This is a bit
okay.
of
So
topic
that's
as
another
well.
thing. That's another thing. Do these actually charge wirelessly or no?
No, they don't charge wirelessly. Wireless charging for the case is not supported, unfortunately, which would be nice. But like
Damn.
honestly, in my life right
I was
now,
gonna say,
the
I was, I was literally gonna
everything,
say that was good. That would be another thing that would sell me. But anyway,
yeah, everything I own right now, like device wise, either charges via USB-C or MagSafe. Like
yep,
the only
yep.
the only two products I have right now that I have to constantly charge using Lightning, well, not constantly, but like once a month, is like my Magic Keyboard and my Magic Trackpad. Those are the only two devices in my life right now. And of course, I have an iPhone 7 that I've been using to like record short form videos. But other than that, everything else is wireless or MagSafe or USB-C.
Wow, wow.
Um, which I mean, if I get these earbuds, I mean, I've got AirPods Pro. They charge wirelessly, so I'd have to like plug these in. But I mean, I've got USB-C cables everywhere now, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Um,
but it's exciting. They also have Find My, which will be cool. I actually need to suggest these earbuds to my brother because he kind of wants to buy AirPods, but he doesn't want to spend that much. So maybe these could be a good option for him. And maybe who knows if he buys them, I'll review them. Or maybe not review them, but kind of make some videos about them. Um, I think would be cool. So moving on now to a couple of other things before we wrap today's episode off. We've almost reached the Android side of things. We know we've bombarded you with Apple information, Apple leaks. But before we move on to Android, we have one more Apple thing. So Tim Cook recently delivered a speech emphasizing Apple's opposition to sideloading. And this is kind of a bit of a controversial topic because a lot of people are talking about how sideloading is a good thing, and there's people that say it's a bad thing in terms of privacy. Like I'm someone who's sideloaded apps in the past. I don't know if you're familiar with like sideloading Taylor and stuff like that, but at least like
no.
in like the job, like when I used to do like jailbreak videos and stuff like that, kind of that era of my life. I used to sideload apps all the time, like sideloading like jailbreak apps or like third-party app stores kind of thing.
Hmm.
And Apple, like a couple years ago, decided, or a couple years ago, I don't know how recently it was. It happened while I was on my mission, but basically they stopped sideloading entirely. So now you can't sideload any apps like from your computer to your phone, things like that. And the reason why Apple is doing this is because of privacy. Because right now, Apple has the App Store, and they can easily like monitor what apps go onto there, what these apps do, what information these apps have access to, and you can then block them accordingly. But like if you sideload an app from some weird developer, you don't know what's hidden behind that app, which
Yeah,
is kind of
for
scary.
sure.
Like you never know, they might be accessing certain files of yours, like they may be looking at your call history, your contacts, things like that, without maybe not necessarily without you even knowing.
Yep.
And Apple said that not Apple, I was about to say Tim Apple, but no, Tim Cook has said that the fight to protect privacy is not an easy one, but it is one of the most essential battles of our time. We at Apple are proud to stand alongside all those who are working to advance privacy rights around the world. As a company, we are profoundly inspired by what technology can make possible, but we know too that technology is neither inherently good nor inherently bad. It is what we make of it. It is a minor at it is a mirror that reflects the ambitions of the people who use it, the people who build it, and the people who regulate it. And yeah, later on he talks about Here, Washington and elsewhere, policymakers are taking steps in the name of competition that would force Apple to let apps onto the iPhone that circumvent the App Store through a process called sideloading. That means data-hungry companies would be able to avoid our privacy rules and once again track our users against their will. It would also potentially give bad actors a way around and comprehensive security problems we have put in place. A way around the comprehensive security protections we have put in place, putting them in direct contact with our users. So, like, I think the EU, the European Union, they make
Mhm.
stupid, dumb decisions all the time. They kind of like were like, "Oh, Apple, you should give people more freedom over their phones to sideload apps." And it's like, yes,
Man, come on.
cool, but the thing is, there will be those people out there that don't fully understand what
Mhm.
sideloading can actually potentially do to their devices. And like
Yeah.
personally, now that I am kind of a little bit more conscious about these kind of things, like I used to go onto websites and like watch movies illegally and things like that. But now, like as I've kind of like realized that those things are wrong, but even things like this, like downloading an app that's not from the App Store can potentially be damaging to your device or not. Of course, there are those developers out there that are still making good apps that maybe aren't approved by the App Store for certain reasons, and people are sideloading them. So personally, I don't really mind if Apple is blocking us from sideloading apps. Like, yes, it gives
Mhm.
us a little bit less freedom on our iPhones, but I guess with Apple, you're kind of trading freedom for privacy in a way. I mean, I wouldn't exactly say you're trading freedom, but you're kind of trading the freedom that can get you into trouble um from whatever else I said. I can't remember now, but yeah. So I think it's fine. I think it's a good discussion to have with people. I think as well. Like a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
people are kind of pro side loading. A lot of people are anti side loading. A lot of people are kind of like in between. But personally, I think I understand why Apple's doing it. Do I fully agree with it? I mean, kind of. I think it would be cool if I could sideload certain apps, but I see the risks involved. And like I understand the risks involved. That's the thing. Like a lot of people who will be sideloading apps or who used to sideload apps didn't understand it fully. Um, so I
For
think maybe
sure.
the option should still be there, but I think Apple should probably warn the user, by the way, this might happen if you do this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't think Apple's going to do that. I think they're just going to stick with no side loading for the at least the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Um.
But yeah, I
Excuse
guess
me. I'm
that's
just.
Tim Apple's speech a little bit.
Yeah.
Moving on to
Yeah.
another tech giant, Meta, the company we both love. So apparently so now yeah, we're about to
Keep that
go
in.
we're about to go into Android stuff, but Meta plans to take a nearly 50% commission on purchases made inside the metaverse despite complaining about Apple's 30% app store cut. So like a couple months ago they were kind of they were like, "Oh, Apple, this is stupid that you're taking 30% from in-app purchases." I don't exactly know why Facebook even cared because like what do you buy on the Facebook app using
Exactly.
iTunes? Like nothing, but oh well. Mark Zuckerberg can complain about whatever he wants. Who cares? Nobody cares about the opinion of a robot. You also get yeah, and they want to charge nearly 50% in the metaverse, which means like if
Bruh.
somebody posts, for example, it's saying like one way it's enabling it through letting creators sell NFTs or non-fungible tokens. So basically people will be able to go onto these games or this metaverse and they'll be able to sell tokens like NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which is a big thing that's starting to become big now. That's going to be big in the metaverse. So basically like you could
Mhm.
sell a piece of land to someone in the metaverse, let's say
Bruh.
for like $1,000. You're like, here, I want to sell you this. But now Meta wants to charge you like 50% for it. It's like,
Bruh. Bruh.
why? Then I'm just gonna go on to like OpenSea or some other NFT marketplace and just sell it on there. I'm not gonna sell it on Meta. Like, that's
Yeah.
an absolute
Yeah.
ripoff. 50% commission. Like
Dude,
you also have to
that's
consider. You also have to
crazy.
consider that the thing with NFTs for those who kind of understand kind of the gist of NFTs, like if you sell an NFT, like if I were to create a piece of art, for example, let's say this
Mhm.
wallet, I create a piece of art out of this wallet. I'm gonna sell it to you, Taylor, for $100, and now every time you resell this wallet, I will get 50% of this of what I make, what you make from this, which means you'll keep like what 85%. I think you keep 85%. But now, if you resell it on Meta, not only do you have to give me 15%, but you have to give Meta 50%.
Bruh,
So you're
bruh.
basically getting nothing in the end. So it's stupid. Like
Dude,
I think
that's
30%
so
is
wrong.
reasonable. I think 30% like is reasonable, but I think for things like this, like nah.
Bruh. Bruh.
People are just gonna go sell their stuff elsewhere. Like that's
Mhm.
what I would do.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't even listen. I wouldn't even use Facebook's marketplace. Never mind something else. Honestly.
I don't trust them
Yeah.
with your money. They'll do weird stuff with it.
Oh
Like they'll
yeah.
give it
Oh
to other
yeah.
people.
Bro,
They'll
like
go
I
support
would.
some Nazi political party. That might be a bit
Seriously.
controversial. But
But
yeah, like it's kind of like
yeah,
I was trying to think of a good analogy for this. But yeah, it's just stupid. Like face
dude.
Meta, why? Like I know the metaverse is gonna be big, but that doesn't mean you should charge 50% commission. It's kind of like PayPal. There we go. That's
Exactly.
what I was thinking about. PayPal. The reason why a lot of people hate PayPal is because of their fees. And like of course their fees aren't that bad. They're like 5-ish%. Which I mean, yeah, still is quite a lot if depending on how much, like if you sell $1,000 worth of stuff, that's a lot. Like 5% is a lot. But taking 50% transaction fees?
Dude, no.
Nah,
I'm all set. I'm all
absolutely
set with
not.
that.
No,
Uh-uh.
thank you. I
Bruh.
would rather die with that NFT than sell it on Meta.
Yeah, exactly. Yo,
Yeah.
dude, I can't. I can't.
Anyway,
But
let's move on to something less controversial, please. You can talk about Pixel. Bring it
sure.
away. Take it away with the next thing.
Sure. So, multiple models of the Google Pixel 6a passed through FCC, pointing to wider international release. So, what do you think about this, Benji? I'm
I'm
excited. I'm
excited.
excited, bruh.
Pixel
Dude,
6a.
you don't know
Like
you don't know how
as soon as
bad
it
I want
comes
to try a
out,
Pixel.
yeah, and Pixel
And
6a is going to be a
bruh,
fantastic option for you. For me,
yeah.
like I really want to try Google
Hey, if you
like
if you get
Google's
it to
Tensor chip.
review, send it over to me after.
Yeah, I mean, I would honestly love, even if maybe who knows, maybe my channel starts growing and Google's like kind of stupid enough to send me a Pixel and so I can roast it. But I think I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see like kind of the features that it'll have, kind of thing. We'll have wireless
Yeah.
charging, things like that. Because I mean, the Pixel A devices, I think they're severely underrated or like
Oh,
undersold.
for sure.
Because like they're fantastic value for the money. Like for the even the Pixel 5a right now, it's great
Mhm.
value. Like when put up against like the FSE, for example, which is supposed to be the phone that is competing against, or the phone that's supposed to compete against the Pixel 6a. Like, of course, people will pick iPhone just because of like the ecosystem and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like ecosystem aside, if it was just about like software and things like that, and like if the only device I had the phone, I think the Pixel 6a is like the best option you can buy. Like, yes, Samsung has their own kind of budget options and stuff like that, but I think Google's nailed the the nail in the coffin when it comes to like budget smartphones, because
Oh
their
yeah,
devices, their
dude.
budget smartphones are literally like the price is great. And
Mhm.
I'm really looking. I think I've said it before in previous episodes. I can't wait to see what the price of this is going to be, because I mean I think the current
Yeah. Me too.
The regular Pixel 6, I think, is around like $500 or $600. I think, or maybe it's
Yep.
500. I
Yep.
can't remember. 500 or 600. So this will probably start at like 300 or 400, or maybe even 200. Could you imagine that?
Dude,
That would be absolutely
listen,
insane for a phone like this.
if it's 200, it's in my pocket. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Right
I
then and
think
there.
it's gonna be
Right then and
it's gonna be
there.
a great option. It's gonna be a great option
Yep.
for us who want to try Pixels a little bit more. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Putting the
Um,
pixel into more hands and more pockets is definitely what Google wants to do,
exactly.
especially with Google Tensor. Like they want Google probably hasn't
Yeah.
sold that much on the Pixel 6 lineup. And I think normally the A series of their phones performs better than the flagship itself, which would make
Right.
sense because like the price is lower. And yes, Google has some issues here and there with like quality control and things like that. They're kind of like Tesla in a way sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Uh,
moving on, we have our last news story of the episode of the day. We have the Vivo X Fold, which delivers a bigger screen starting at $1,400. It has a periscope camera. It's essentially like a competitor to the Galaxy Z Fold. It has a. Is this the yeah. So it has the inner display is basically the same stuff that's used in the Galaxy Z Fold 3. Under the display, you have a 8.3-inch display, AMOLED display at 120 hertz. The outer display is also 120 hertz, AMOLED. So yeah, it looks like a pretty decent phone. It's got 4 cameras on the back, Snapdragon, I think. Yeah, what do
that's
you think
just
about this foldable?
that's a weird camera module, if you ask me. But I don't know. I mean, I guess there's weirder things out there. But
Oh,
yeah, this kind of
oh. It also has a 4,600 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty huge, and it can fully charge from 0 to 60 in 37 minutes. No, 0 to 60, 0 to
damn,
100.
damn.
37 minutes. The iPhone
Okay,
takes like
that's
over an
crazy.
hour,
That's
just for
crazy.
comparison.
Yeah, yeah.
But do you want to know what the biggest downside to this phone is? It's a China exclusive.
I was gonna say it runs Android, but you know,
No, yeah, and also that, but it's Chinese only. I don't get it. Like, are people in
dude,
China
why?
rich or something? Because like, these Chinese companies keep releasing these super expensive phones, and it's like China only.
Why?
It sucks.
Why?
I
And
wish
it's not
they
only
called this in the
that.
UK.
It's not only that, but I feel like the more unique phones are like China, Europe only. Like, what the heck? Can you send them? Can you send some to
Well,
the
I mean,
U.S.? I
that's true. Yeah, because we've got Huawei over here. You don't have that over there.
listen.
But I mean,
Yeah,
I guess it's for
dude.
good reason though. Like
No,
Huawei
yeah.
is a pretty dodgy company. But I mean, yeah, there are some other brands that you can't buy in the US or that we can't buy here in the UK. Which I mean, I wish like when a phone company makes something, they sold it everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll
That
live in that world
that's
for at least a little while longer
bro.
until the
We
world
should
becomes
make a
a one country.
yeah.
Oh
Which at this point I don't think it's gonna happen. But
no! Also, this has 50-watt wireless charging. I just
ooh,
saw. Like that's
ooh,
insane. Like the iPhone right now, I think it caps at
that's sick.
15.
Yeah,
50
yeah,
watt wireless charging. And like it charges 66 watts for
bruh.
37 minutes of charge, which means that you'll probably be able to fully charge this wirelessly within like an hour.
That's crazy. That is crazy, dude.
This looks like a good phone. I want to see like more of it because I think
Mm-hmm.
from what we can see, I think we can only see like it'd be cool to see some hands-on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because the outer display kind of looks a bit bigger than the Z Fold, which I mean, if that's the case, this I think is a fantastic foldable for those who want a foldable.
Yeah.
Me and Taylor are probably not into this kind of stuff, but I mean,
I don't know. I
You do
mean,
you, people.
I'm trying to convince myself to be more open and, try to talk positive things about foldables and stuff, and even heck, if I can at one point, even try one, but I don't know. I don't know if they're for me.
Yeah,
But
they're a bit of an interesting piece of technology, I guess. Not
yeah,
everyone's gonna
yeah.
need one. Not everyone's gonna buy one. It's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that I think that's about it for everything. It feels like
Yep.
this was a super long episode, but it's only been like a little over an hour.
Yeah. But
So
do you have anything else
it's
you
all
want to
good.
add to today's episode? I know
No, just
you're.
everyone.
I know you're the one that usually asks me, so I decided to ask you this time.
Thank you. Wow, thank you. I feel honored. Um, I feel like a guest now. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, guys, if you don't know this, I quit YouTube, so no longer making. No, I'm joking. So I've
April
started a new
Fools.
channel. April Fools. It's still April, so it's April Fools. No, I started a new channel. So if you guys want to watch like any of my videos, kind of like my thoughts on certain things, definitely go check out the new channel. It's called BenObi Tech. Big, big surprise. Wow. Nobody was gonna guess that. So the link will be in the description or the show notes that you guys can go check out. I think by the time this podcast goes live, I probably would have already uploaded one video at least, and probably a short or two. So I'll be posting a lot of content over there. And if you guys have any
I can't
content
wait.
suggestions, feel free to also like let me know because it would be good to know what you guys want content wise. Um, because I'm kind of going through a phase of changing content a bit, kind of changing the direction that the channel goes in, kind of thing, and like refocusing. So it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. It's scary though, but it's exciting. And
Yeah,
you're going through the same thing as well with a new channel, new
bruh,
content,
bruh.
strategies.
I'm like, but my channel, I don't know, man. Especially with this first review that I'm gonna do. I'm glad I'm waiting because I still haven't made a proper, a thought because like I said before, with mine, it's like there's some great things about this watch, but there's some bad things about it too. And like I was saying before, there's some features that don't work one day, but then the next day they start working. So it's just like, you know, if I start recording this video and then things start happening, it's just like I'm gonna have to re-record it. It's gonna be a mess. I don't, bruh. At this point, honestly, I'm probably just gonna do a live stream and just run that channel on live streams. But can you
Yeah, you gotta be
imagine?
careful with that though. You don't want to kill your channel. I mean, I think
No,
some
yeah,
live stream channels work, but then some don't. So
yeah,
it's kind of
no, I
like
would never. I
yeah,
would never.
because
I
yeah, like
honestly love doing videos and editing, so I
yeah.
honestly don't really mind editing, I mean, yeah, I'm not as like precise and I don't do crazy edits like MKBHD and all them, but you know
Nikius.
Nick
Nikius
is,
Molina.
yeah,
Which by the way, Nikius still needs to be on our show. Like he like was
I was
supposed to
gonna
be
ask you about
on
that. When is he gonna be
he was
on?
I think he was supposed to be on last week, but he was like, "Oh no, I've got like an I can't remember what it was. I think he had a non-disclosure agreement or something that was supposed to
Yeah.
expire on a certain day or something." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." So we
Yeah.
reschedule. I asked him to reschedule, but he hasn't gotten back to us yet. Nikius, if you're
Oh
listening
jeez.
or watching this, please like get back to us. We'd love to have you on the show. Like we love interacting with you, having live streams and stuff. It's been a while as well, but
Definitely.
yeah, we've got a
Yo,
couple
I'm
cool
getting
guests though lined up. We've got a couple
yo, I'm
guests
getting
lined up for the next couple weeks.
bro, I'm getting a phone call, so you gotta end it.
Yeah, no worries. So I mean, yeah, exciting stuff. We've got a couple of cool guests that will hopefully be joining us over the next couple of weeks. So really excited for that. If you guys want to follow us, make sure you do so. All the links will be in the show notes. as always, and as well as the news articles. Taylor, it's kind of gone offline right now for some reason, but I think he's receiving a phone
I
call.
keep getting phone calls. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, for listening to this episode of the Tech Unlocked podcast. This was episode 27, and we will see. We'll catch you guys next week, I guess. Thanks for watching, listening. See you later, guys. Bye.